Violation pagkakari, we will have to
Hindi mo nakusot bukas man.
Hello, Alvin? You hear me okay, Alvin? Your microphone is muted.
There we go.
Okay, there it is. How are you?
Pretty good. Hold on. Let me get this on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is my camera on? Yeah, now it's on. Oh, so
It
you
is.
are you're not an A so you're not an AI.
Like I said, last time we spoke with Jay-Z, my computer was acting up a bit, but yeah, I had it fixed. It's all good now. But tell me about that research campaign that you were referring to. What is it about?
So basically, developing my target account list based on the product offerings. I
Okay.
have the critical zone, we have the 5 levels: elementary school, middle school, high school,
Mm-hmm.
and the college thing. But I'm more so focused on the elementary school, middle school, and high school because I want to target mentoring programs in the United States.
Okay.
So the research project would be having the VA to research mentoring programs in the United States and develop a target account list with emails and phone numbers to do emails and SMS campaigns to the mentoring groups. Because typically these mentoring groups are going to have anywhere from 25 to 100 kids
Okay.
that are targets for the Critical Zone, e-learning platform.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fairly easy.
That's that's
Um,
that's that's the first one.
okay, carry on.
No, and I'm just saying that's the first one. Um, each e-learning course, now that's the primary target for elementary, middle school, and high school. So there's two targets. It's mentoring programs and high school principals.
Okay.
So the goal is to develop a target account list for mentoring programs that may have a blend of elementary, middle, and high school in the program or not, and high school principals that are elementary, middle, and high school, which are segmented out. So ultimately, the email campaign with those principals would be segmented by age group.
Okay.
Like elementary school kids would be, fourth and fifth grade. For fifth graders being the primary, because you got to look at the reading levels. Fifth grade is primary, fourth grade is secondary, but elementary school.
Gotcha.
And then the middle school mix is going to be targeting sixth and seventh graders. And then the high school is targeting ninth and 10th graders. And
Okay.
then the college piece is targeting incoming freshmen. So I don't know what that target account piece would look like for targeting incoming freshmen that are going to any university, college, or university. It doesn't matter whether you're going to junior college or university. And then the first 90 days, primary target is graduating seniors. So that would
Okay.
be, age group around 21 to 25, primary. And then the secondary group is people who are working professionals that are in job transition, which would be 26 to 30.
Okay.
But it's
Do
basically
you,
what we're going to be. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do you have a preferred demographics in terms of the area that they live in or the area that they go to school to or they work for, companies that they work
For,
for?
for, for which group?
All of them.
For which? Not most mentoring programs are going to be in areas of need. So there's going to be your lower income areas.
Lower income areas. Okay.
Yeah, for the mentoring programs, because those are those kids that need support. They may be because in the Black community, we're 75% single female head of household. So they don't
Yes.
have men in the house. There's not a father in the house. So these mothers need support. So when you're talking about these mentoring programs, it's going to be black and brown, male and female. The mentoring programs will be targeting male and female mentoring programs.
Okay, the lower income areas. Okay, got you. What about for the other
Yeah.
one?
Same thing for the middle school and high school. Same thing.
Got you.
When you look at the mentoring is one thing, but then when you actually get a principal, that's not so specific. That could be any area, because now
Any
we're
area.
targeting kids that we're trying to help lay them a foundation. Because when you ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? Most of them tell you, I don't know.
Yes,
And not only do
that's
they
true.
say, I don't know, they don't have a tool to help them get that answer. So the central research question is, what is your planned future career choice? That's the
Okay.
central research question. And that's what the critical zone seeks to answer by developing a personal strategic plan, which I call a PSP, for career success.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay.
you're in elementary school, the reason you're in school is to ultimately go to work and get a job.
Yeah,
That's what school's training you for. School's training you to be an employee.
that's true.
Now, the entrepreneurship platform or course is training you to be an entrepreneur. So that I see is from middle school, high school, or college person or grown adult. Because what's
Yes.
happening over here with all of the governmental layoffs, you
Mm-hmm.
have people that all they've ever done is work for the government. Now they've got to figure out, what am I going to do? And
Yes.
because this kind of scenario happened to me when I got fired in 2002, and I didn't have a job, and I was like, what am I going to do? And the economy was terrible, because that's when the bubble burst initially, the tech
Yes.
bubble burst over here, and then there were no jobs. And I was working for a company called NCR, but the economy was, horrible. And I happened to be working on a golf training device that I invented. I ultimately raised about 600,000. I was trying to raise 1.5 million. I couldn't raise the other $1 million, but I went through everything to launch my product. I'm a patent inventor. So I took a product from my mind to one of the top golf companies in the country. They put me on in 3 stores. Um, so during that time, I got an entrepreneurship coach that's still with me today, and he taught me the principles that I wrote about in the Circus Act.
Mm. Okay.
So so I've had the content for years, but I didn't have a vehicle to deliver it beyond just trying to sell you a book. That 2% of the books
Mm-hmm.
that are launched every year sell over 1,000 copies. So you got a 98% chance of failing when it comes to publishing a book. When you publish a book to help you become a speaker in a specific area, your book's supposed to lend you as an expert. Well, now technology's caught up. Now we have Thinkific is one of the solution that I'm using, and we have social media. I can reach
Yeah,
anybody in the world now.
absolutely. Okay.
So the basic research project is, first starting out with mentoring groups, and then the second would be high school principals all over the country, elementary school, middle school, and high school. Because what I'm going to do is have a one sheet graphic developed that talks about the inside development, which is critical zone, and the outside development, which is the bow tied up with the custom ties and bow ties and custom scarves. So we can have your students, because the students don't know how to dress, especially the
Mm-hmm.
boys. And if you want to put them in a tie once a week, instead of putting them in a hodgepodge of ties, why don't you put them in a branded tie? Now, are you familiar with my bow tied up brand?
Yes.
Okay, so the bow tied up is about character building, branding, and fundraising. So as a principal, I want to introduce you to both. you're going to be able to get your kids in ties or bow ties one day a week. Like I have one principal. She orders anywhere from 225 to 250 bow ties every year for her boys for graduation. This was her
Mm,
third year doing that.
okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is, and that's a $2,000 order because I sell those for $10 a piece plus $1 shipping. How do I get to 1,000 orders? Man, there's 30, 40, 50,000. I don't know the number of schools in the United States.
Yes.
I just want to get to 1,000. 1,000 takes me to $1 million. You know, all these schools and mentoring programs. And I would need less than 1,000 to do the e-courses. Maybe 500. 500,000 takes me to $1 million. So how do I get to I'm past proof of concept, except for the critical zone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't did Jay-Z
Jay-Z.
share that email I sent with the after action report for the pilot that I did for the critical zone?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Did she share it with you?
Yes.
Okay, that's an example of what I want to do. State Farm gave me a grant for 2 years in a row to pilot the critical zone elementary school, and that after action report is the first pilot, and I had a good teacher. The second after action report, I had first one I had one class. The second one I had 3 classes. And what came out of this is I cannot use teachers to implement the content because there's no continuity in the teachers. Some of the
Mm,
teachers suck,
yes.
and I paid them to do the pilot. I would come in and as the afternoon after school program. I would come in. I'm paying you to teach critical zone, and you're teaching math. That's not what I'm paying you to do. So I realized as a part of the pilot that I needed for teachers to just be able to turn the computer on and step away and let the kids work from a self-paced perspective. But the technology didn't exist in 2010 or 11.
Yes.
So I just had the content just on the shelf waiting on technology. And now the technology is here and it's affordable. So I'm sitting on some $1 million brands. The critical zone is a $1 million brand. The bow tied up is a $1 million brand. And how I'm going to build my team is through virtual assistants,
Gotcha.
VAs. I don't want Jay-Z doing nothing but developing my e-courses, because after we finish these first 6 e-courses, and we develop our marketing plan to begin to brand me as the expert, we're going to keep developing courses. We're going to keep developing courses. We're going to use AI to tell us what are the prominent courses out there that need to be developed, and we're just going to keep doing that. I have a VA I need that's doing social media. I don't have no idea what happened to John. I don't know why he fell off the wagon, but he was doing a great job. And all of a sudden, he just fell off the wagon. But I need a VA to do what John was doing in the early game, and we'd have a plan. On Friday, he'd submit the post plan for the next week. I would approve, edit, whatever, and by 9 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have posts going out. I need somebody doing that.
Yeah.
That's going to be, sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody. Ultimately, the bow tied up program is simple. You identify that you want to get some custom ties, right? You would send me your logo. I would give my logo to my graphics team. The graphics team would create the tie and the bow tie and scarf or whatever. You would approve it. I would then send that to manufacturing in China. They would make it and they would send it to you. But once you approved it, I would submit you an invoice, then you pay me, and then I would send your stuff to China and they would make it and then they would send it to you. Well, that's going to be an operational job for a VA to be doing that,
Yes.
right?
Understood.
So when you look at the 6 core business systems of operations, sales, marketing, human resource, finance, and risk, uh, that's somewhere where I'd have a person on the team. I would have a VA doing those responsibilities.
I could see that.
Because what happened, I've been in business a long time. Like this company I've had in business for 10 years, but I have never been able to afford to hire somebody beyond me. The VA program that you've established has, provided me with an opportunity that I could finally build a team to actually manage the company. That's Jim Harris, who I referred to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my entrepreneurship coach. I met him
Oh,
over 20 years ago. I met him when I was 35. I'm 57. He's been my entrepreneur coach all that time. So we had a long talk yesterday, and that's where this came out, flushed out, that because I've always done everything by myself.
gotcha.
I manufacture in China, so I've got production in China. I have distribution, logistics, because I use DHL, FedEx, and UPS to ship my product from China to the end consumer, right? So I've pretty much been able to run this ship by myself because I have an outsourced model. I don't carry any inventory. So there's no need for me to try to ship anything because I don't carry inventory. Even my suits, I don't buy suits, put them up and hope somebody's going to buy them. No, I have an outsourced model. I don't make your suit until you pay me.
Mm,
Everything's been outsourced. And so now I can outsource my team through virtual assistants and build
yes.
a team. So now, as Gerber says, instead of working in my business, I can work on my business and just kind of project manage those things. So ultimately, like I have this weekly call with Jay-Z. Well,
Yes.
we would have a weekly VA call because everybody's kind of connected to see what everybody's doing and how this works together. So I'll begin to
Oh,
build pieces slowly. I want to, like, for example, this accounting piece. I've been waiting for some extra funds to come in, and they're coming in now. I want to do 1 month. I'm not 1 month, but I want to do 2024 with my QuickBooks to see how that works. I'm gonna
gotcha.
be ready to do that. I'm gonna be ready to do that in a few days as soon as I got some money coming in. Let's do 2024. Get my expenses and everything together and see if that looks, what kind of time it takes. Because right now, it's just a guesstimation.
Okay. Okay. But I want to be straightforward with you when it comes to this. Oh, by the way, how soon are you looking to start this research campaign?
Right away.
Right away.
I'm
Okay.
right away for the first one. The first one is finding male and female mentoring programs throughout the United States. The goal
Yeah.
is 1,000. Let's
It
find
sounds
1,000 mentoring programs throughout the United States, male and female, that are
gotcha.
focused on elementary school, middle school, and high school kids, male
Okay.
and female.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna consult this with Jay-Z because when it comes to Jay-Z is a total lead generation experts, especially when it comes to using social media and other online marketing platforms to gather leads, okay, and do
Mm-hmm.
research just like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Jay-Z, to be honest with you, is working for two clients, you and one
Mm-hmm.
more. But she's only
Mm-hmm.
spending 20 hours per week right now
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
two clients. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she's used to working 8 hours per day,
Mm-hmm.
which means she still have a lot of time in her hands per day on a daily basis to work on other stuff for you. And I'm looking for her to lead this research campaign of yours, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And once she gains the hang of everything, pass it over to another virtual assistant so that she'll have more time to focus more on the e-courses, developing the e-courses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
So,
I love working with Jay Z. She has been a considerable step up from working with John. John was
Got it.
great for the social media piece, great
Hmm.
for that. But when it came to this e-courses, he was a fish out of water.
Well,
Jay-Z came and stepped in, and she's done a great job.
tell you what, okay, and I say this with no intention of disrespect because John is good too, but um, Jay-Z is better when it comes to social media marketing and management.
Yeah, I know, I see that. Because
So I was,
I don't have to tell her stuff. For example, she's like, hey, when we get these courses finished, we got to develop a marketing plan and strategy to brand you as the expert. I'm like, absolutely, great. I'm glad you said that without me having to say that. I mean, so I get a huge sense that she knows what she's doing,
yes,
and I don't have to tell her what to do. She knows what needs to be done.
exactly. And she does. She has very extensive experience when it comes to end-to-end lead generation process, from research to verifying information to doing text and email marketing to follow through with that research to doing social media marketing and management to create with some more warm leads, manage them over a CRM system, and do another follow-up text and email marketing campaign and associate some cold calling and appointment setting calls to it. Jay-Z is the master of that,
And I can
especially
tell that.
social media marketing and management. So I want to consult this with her because she knows what platforms are best to use to find those individuals, to find those groups.
And I just have two requirements. That's brand recognition in the marketplace and sales. When I
Yes,
first started with John back in October, that's what my expectations are brand recognition in the marketplace and sales. And I've gotten sales every month since I've been engaged with you guys. I've gotten some blazer sales every month, right?
that's good to hear.
I'm not knocking the doors off. I'm not ready to say, because I'm a full-time high school teacher. I'm
Hmm.
not ready to leave this job I'm ready to leave this job as a high school teacher, but I'm not financially ready to leave. We're not making those kind of sales. I want to get to the point where we're making those kind of sales and I can just focus on my businesses 100% of the time. And I was out last weekend at my fraternity convention, and I was introducing myself to brothers, like, hey, I'm Brother Perry. Oh man, yeah, Omega Blaze. I'm following you on man. You're on Instagram, man. You got a lot of stuff. I've been having that happen. That's brand recognition, right? So
Yes,
that's my two accomplished goals: brand recognition, and I'm getting sales from that target
sales.
group.
Yes, correct. And we
So
can have Jay-Z
ultimately,
to continue that right away as soon as
yeah,
we have your go
uh,
signal.
yeah. My thing was, I don't want nothing that's going to take her away from these e-courses because I got to get these up.
Hmm.
I got to get those up and running and implementing a marketing strategy to start generating some sales from these courses because that's passive income.
Yes, but I can tell you with
But you
all
tell me she
honesty.
got banned. She got banned with, so okay, that works.
Well, yeah, I'll consult this with JC first, and I'm gonna send you an update about what she says, what hours are we looking at, and then we'll get your approval.
Okay, so Jim is looking for the same thing that I just talked to you about, is team building through virtual assistants. Because
Okay.
he's building an e-course right now. But what
Mm,
he's doing, he's trying to do it. And like I told him is you're trying to do something that experts already know how to do. And you're trying to teach yourself
right.
this e-learning course that you're trying to use, and you're trying to develop the website, you're trying to do all this stuff, which is not what you do, right? There's people that's affordable that can do what you need to have done. And so instead of you working in your business. You could be working on your business.
On your
Because
business.
he talks to
Okay.
me all the time. So that's the heads up of what. So after I got through talking with him yesterday, I said, man, all you need to do is set up your WhatsApp. Because he's like, man, I think I deleted whatever. But man, I'm liking what you're saying. Oh yeah, you're right. Now I'm 57. Jim is 77. But like I said,
Oh,
he's been my coach since I was 35. And he immediately set up the WhatsApp. And after he thought about it, I guess after we got off the call, he immediately set up the WhatsApp, and then I immediately connected you guys for virtual assistant conversations. So that's what he's wanting to talk about. Is what I'm talking about now is just building a team using VAs to be
mhm.
able to run your company based on the different disciplines that are needed. And
Absolutely.
I'm
That is,
probably going to be. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that is the right path to go to, especially when it comes to businesses like yours and him or his. That is going through expansion, be able to focus more on core business processes and have ample time to work on their businesses. It's cost effective
Mhm.
and you'll have access to greater access to talent because if you hire locally, you're just limiting your access to talents around your area.
And, and we can't afford locally. That's been
Exactly.
my problem since I've been in business. Technology didn't exist, so we didn't have access to the Philippines and the different places. We didn't have access, and now we've got access. And it just because it's affordable doesn't mean the skill set's not there. The skill set is there. As a matter of fact, the skill set is much better externally than it is locally.
Yes, and there's a lot of companies that will be a testament to that. Just like in the Hollywood, when you see these movies and you see who's working on the back end, especially when it involves a lot of graphics, 3D,
Hmm.
and all that stuff, those are Asians working on the back end.
Hmm.
All of them are
Yeah.
Asians. Yeah, when it comes to technology, especially Indians, uh,
Hmm.
in terms of communication, yes, subpar, but technology itself, right now, the CEO, two times the CEO of Google has been an Indian.
Well, I've been working with my friend for 20 years, and we're getting ready to launch a graphic design company called Lion Designs. We've
Okay.
been working together for 20 years. So I don't have any graphic designs issues, and because I've got that piece. So my graphic designs in India, my virtual assistants is in the Philippines. I manufacture my clothing in China and Taiwan. So I am an example of an international company because
Yes,
I have all these
absolutely.
international resources.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna consult this with JC, get your approval once I have her word about the strategies and plans and materials that we'll need to use to get this done and how soon we can get it started. And then I'm gonna carry over
Hmm.
what you said earlier to my conversation with Jim. Hopefully, he will be available today. I'll try him in the afternoon today, see if he's available, and keep
Hmm.
you looked into all of these referrals that you've been throwing at us. Hopefully we can get one campaign to kickstart soon, but so far, all of them are still busy at the moment. Tiffany, Reginald, they're all still busy, and they told us to just follow up with them after a couple of weeks. Oh, Tiffany is not ready yet, but yeah, as soon as we land a campaign from these referrals, we'll have you to sign an affiliate service agreement where it will
Okay.
show that a discount will be slashed off your hourly bill with us, or weekly or monthly, whatever the case may be with us.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Okay.
so much
Mhm.
for the idea, for the opportunity. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay. Very good.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.
All right. You too.